Harry Styles, as it was. I taught a short on this because it's only 4 chords on a loop and it never changes, but I think it's worthy of a full-length video because the strumming pattern is so good when you get it dialed in, right? So what we're going to do today is going to sound like this. So that's the whole thing. B minor, E, A, D, over and over again. Now, I've done enough gigs where I have like a little note. If I'm trying to remember songs, I just try to make a little word. So bead is the word, and B minor is going to be, you could say bemead or whatever, but that's it. That's the whole thing, right? So we're going to talk a lot about the best fingerings for these chords and how to switch between them and how to keep a good rhythm going, all right? Because Harry's grown on me. I gotta be honest. I was a Zayn guy back in the day, but now, like, you know, I can't even resist the charm of Harry Styles in today's day and age. So here we go. Gonna start off with B minor. Looks like this. 4, 2, 2, 2. Okay? Now, as you're gonna see in this entire video, all the chords in here, you don't have to play all 4 strings to get it to sound good, right? Sometimes you could just play the bottom 3 strings because for people just starting out, sometimes barring and getting that stretch in can be difficult. So always remember, you don't have to play a full chord if you're having trouble with it. Again, you're going to want to be able to do it eventually, but there's always easier ways to do things, all right? So we're going to focus on barring the 2nd fret of the highest 3 strings, and then getting either your ring finger or your pinky right here. B minor chord, all right? So this is going to go to an E major chord right here, which is 4, 4, 4, then 2, okay? Now, this can be really tricky too because you gotta use all your fingers, you gotta squish all these together. A really good tip for this is maybe just play it like this without the highest string, without the 4th string, right? Because here's the difference, right? Here's all 4 strings. And then without this string, negligible difference, right? And the cool thing about most human fingers is this will probably fit pretty well with your middle finger where it can hold down 3 strings before it gets to the knuckle. In which case, you could do something like this eventually. But again, however it suits you right now to play that E major. Don't get caught up on having every single string ring out. You just want to be able to quickly move between them and strum on time, right? So from the top, B minor to E major, then A major, and then D. So again, A major is 2, 1, open, open, and then D major is 2, 2, 2, open, right? So D major and E are essentially the same shape, but in D's position, that 4th string is open, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3. Then a pattern. It's still 2 bars each. It's such a feel-good, good vibe song. It sounds even happier with the ukulele playing, right? So I want to talk about counting this, okay? Because a lot of beginners, when they first start out, they try to memorize strumming patterns as downs and ups. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's like, come on. You're going to remember that down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's nonsense. It's silly, right? You want to be able to learn how to count musically. This is how the pros do it. This is the realest way to do it, the best way to work on your timing, the best way to remember stuff, okay? So it's 2 bars, a bar being 4 counts. Every time I say a number, that's going to be a downstroke. Again, however you want to do it, you could do it just 1 finger. You can go down and up with your pointer finger, your thumb. Again, we can do another video on that later if you want. But it's 2 bars, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So that's the trick. Every time a number is said, that's a downstroke. Every time the word and is said, that's going to be an upstroke, okay? So 4 bars, downs are numbers, the word and is an up. Got it? All right, so knowing that, your strumming hand can just do this the whole time, right? And then now we're using your fretting hand to really kind of reinforce, to push I'm just putting pressure on it. Okay, when I'm not actually playing the chord, I'm just holding the strings so they don't vibrate. I'm not pushing down on them. Just letting it hang out, letting it fly loose. Just like Zayn, leaving 1D, I'll never forgive him. Just kidding. He was my bias. He was my fave. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what you'll notice is the dynamic of this strumming pattern, which is why it kind of gives it that pep that you want to keep. It just keeps going on and on, just like an endless Harry Styles Feel Good Summer, is because after that first downbeat, again the downbeat is at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You'll notice for dramatic effect, I raised my head and said that word and a little bit louder on where the hits are, where the dynamics are. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So, all the dynamics, all the hits are going to be on upstrokes after that first downstroke. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you'll notice you have multiple bars there, but the first downbeat is what gets the accent. After that, we have just kind of like the offbeats, kind of just like that. Okay? So, again, your timing, as far as like the frequency in which you go down and up, does not change. Just the accents and the... Now, you could just do it muted to really practice that strumming pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Sometimes you'll notice that I'm actually missing a downstroke. You're not hearing a muted string. But that doesn't mean my hand isn't moving, right? That's how you keep good time. That's how you sing and play at the same time, is just keep getting this going on and on. So just try to get that strumming pattern. Down, up, 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 down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Then to A. Then to D. Then back to B minor. Okay, so that's the entire song, all right? I really think that the strumming pattern is what makes it. Because you could do the traditional ukulele pattern, but also that's down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And that works, right? But it adds a little bit of extra, you know, of Harry Styles Feel Good vibe to it. Know what I'm saying? So, practice that strumming pattern because you'll get the chords easy enough. And like I said, if you want to just do it partial chords at a time, like look how easy that is. In fact, you can play 3 of the 4 chords just with 1 finger, right? Instead of doing 4, 2, 2, 2, you can start with just here, then move it here, then do the A. That's where you're kind of out of luck, and then back. See how easy is that once you can just kind of pinch those 3 strings at a time, barring those. It'll sound great, right? So anyways, great song to have in your repertoire. Always a feel-good song. Always brings the vibe up. Always brings the party. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, hit me in the comment section, Instagram, or the website. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.